This is where it all started 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Here the summer of 2005.
We flew down here and we had a survey done on the boat, and we were a little surprised. It was described a little bit differently. A little soap and water, and she's ready to go.
It wasn't
exactly how the broker described it. After we had our survey and looked over the boat quite a bit, we learned that it needed a lot more work than we had anticipated. So we flew back home to Michigan to think it over and do some further negotiations.
After we worked out an agreement with the owners, everything got finalized, and that's when we realized Hurricane Wilma was coming.
We didn't really know anything about hurricanes. We didn't ever have to deal with hurricanes.
At the time, we were living in Michigan and never really paid any attention to hurricanes because, of course, they have really no effect on us up there.
So we sat watching the hurricane plowing right across the top of this yard. So while the broker was sending us emails already to send the money, we were trying to get through to the yard, and all the phone lines were down, and we had no idea what was going on down here. Figured if we got here and our boat was totaled or something, or had gone down in the storm, then there would probably be plenty of other fixer-uppers around.
Fortunately, when we got here, 17 boats had fallen over in the yard, and ours was fine. There was really no damage at all, so it was pretty exciting to get here, kind of see all the disaster from Wilma and know that our boat made it through fine. Read tons of books and magazine articles, but nothing that we read prepared us for the emotional roller coaster that we were about to embark on.
We didn't have any expectations about what it'd be like to move into a boatyard, because basically we were clueless.
Everyone kind of knew we were completely green, and so many people would stop by and tell us how we should be doing something instead of just being like, hey, good job. They would always say, like, well, did you think about doing it this way? Or maybe you should have done it that way. And it would get really frustrating, and I broke down several times because it was just so different from everything that we were used to, and we were working on such a big project that it was pretty overwhelming at times.
We found ourselves free of our rigid schedules, but at the same time we were overwhelmed by a lot of unrealistic and overambitious goals that we set up for ourselves.
We were all of a sudden together 24/7 working on a completely stressful project. We had cut huge holes in the bottom of our boat, and somehow we had to come up with the confidence in our welding skills to be able to put it back together and feel good about it.
Besides the dents in the hull, We needed to replace the rigging, the engine didn't run, we needed to add solar panels and self-healing winches, the wind generator was broken, the fridge didn't work, the door fell off the stove.
The toilet was jammed.
We were young and naive, but we were determined to succeed. We were no longer able to identify ourselves by our careers. We were just like two dumb fucks that bought this old piece of shit boat and pretended to know what we were doing.
We're like domestic animals released into the wild. The boatyard where we found our boat at was in the middle of nowhere, and it was surrounded by swampy cow pastures. The only internet connection we could get was a shared telephone up on the porch where you could pull the phone off of the wall and then stick the jack in to your computer, to your laptop at night and use dial-up if it ever worked. We were now in a place where there were all kinds of dreamers who had different ideas of how they thought things should be. You'd meet someone and you'd really click with them and you'd want to hang out with them and bounce ideas off of them. And all of a sudden their projects would be done, and then the next thing you know, they're gone and you're kind of all alone again.
Hi, buddy. Ow, that was my head. We have a low ceiling. Welcome to our nightmare.
Who said this was gonna be fun?
Can somebody just let us out of here? Life in this box? Up in a gravel parking lot?
Our home on stilts for the past 7 months. The shiny patch job. It's a quiet day at the boatyard. It's the launch day. One last look at the boat before we go. Everyone's gone for the weekend, which is a lovely thing. We don't have a big crowd. Seven months later, we were finally out of there. 7 months.
Sister Joselle, I'm letting go of the podium.
Get out of my way. 7 months. Are you done? We're like domestic animals.
Who are you anyways? Looking at me like that? Leave me alone, for God's sake.
You're drawing flies. There's all kinds of flies floating around.
Because I'm a bad man.